Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I really do appreciate it. And the New York Knicks really needed that win as the New York Knicks snapped their 3-game losing streak at home at Madison Square Garden up against the Houston Rockets, one of the worst teams in basketball. As the New York Knicks win this game, the final score being 137 to 115. And this was an absolute bloodbath. This was an absolute massacre when it came to the second half. It was a pretty close game when it came to the first half. We were up 10 points, but they were able to overcome some defensive efficiencies with scoring the basketball because neither of these teams wanted to play defense in the first half. Both these teams were scoring at a pretty high level, but it pretty much came down to who really wants it more in the second half. It was going to come down to who wants to play defense, but also who wants to play offense and who's going to hustle more and fight for those 50-50 balls and look to distribute the basketball. Who's going to have more of a collective team effort. And the New York Knicks ended up coming out victorious, and they really competed and fought very hard in the second half, putting away the Houston Rockets. I give respect to the players on this Houston Rockets team, but this is an unorganized mess of a team right now. They're in the middle of a rebuild. They have tons of young players on the squad. I do like Jabari Smith Jr. I like Jalen Green. I like Alperen Sengun. I like Torrey Eason. He really fights hard. He's a competitive player coming out of LSU, but they've just not been successful. 18-58 on the season. That is just like really bad, and I wanted a statement type of win for the New York Knicks. So after this win, the New York Knicks are 2.5 wins ahead, or they're two and a half games ahead of the Brooklyn Nets and the Miami Heat. Obviously, we have a very pivotal game up against the Miami Heat on Wednesday, which could really affect, like what's going to be the time, like who's going to have the tiebreaker, the seeding when it comes to fifth seed, who's going to be taking on who in the first round. Are we going to be taking on Cleveland, or is there going to be some maneuvering? A team moves up and down. But as of right now, the New York Knicks would be playing Cleveland. And credit to the Houston Rockets, they were pretty damn competitive in the first half because neither of these teams wanted to play defense in the first half. It really was going to come down to who wants to play defense, but who also wants to play offense and who wants to fight for those 50-50 balls. So the New York Knicks were better offensively, I would say, in the first half. Neither of these teams are really good defensively, but it was by such a small margin because the New York Knicks were able to be up 10 points in this game in the first half. But the defense was just so atrocious, and we were pretty sloppy at times that we were allowing some dribble penetration, and the interior defense was not that good as well. I want to give credit to Jalen Green. He was getting some buckets in the first half. Quentin Grimes was not playing good defense. This overall club wasn't playing good defense in the first half. The New York Knicks obviously flipped a switch in the second half, and they started hustling more. But I believe Torrey Eason finished with 8 rebounds in this game. He plays really hard, and he was really competing hard in that first half. So Jalen Green was getting buckets. Kevin Porter Jr., he was getting some buckets in one-on-one situations. So they were really cooking when it came to iso ball. Alperen Sengun had a really nice shot when it came to footwork over Mitchell Robinson to set the tone early in this basketball game, but he didn't finish with some crazy game. Like we made adjustments to a Jalen Green. Quentin Grimes played good defense on a Jalen Green in the second half. He finished with 19 points, but he got to the free throw line, and overall he was only 4 of 11 from the field. He was not efficient in this game. Kenyon Martin Jr. kept him in the game with him playing really hard, getting buckets around the basket. Crazy poster dunk on Julius Randle, but we played better basketball in the second half. We moved the ball more. We finished with a season high of assists of 35 assists. You had RJ Barrett, who was moving the basketball. He finished with 5 assists in this game. He had a 19-point night, was able to get whatever he wanted around the basket. He started cooking around in the second quarter. He knocked down a 3 at the end of the first half, I believe. So RJ Barrett, I thought, played a pretty damn solid game of basketball, getting others involved, making the right decision in transition, finding a Josh Hart when he could have went up for a layup. He really got it going defensively. Like, I thought everyone started playing much better defensively in the second half. And even offensively for Grimes was making really good reads. I believe he had 8 rebounds in this game, finished with 6 assists, but then we got him going. We started finding him in the second half because I thought we're kind of freezing him out of the offense in the first half. He didn't get a lot of shots up, but the main story, obviously, scoring the basketball. Julius Randle, 25 points, good efficiency. Some of the shots I wasn't a fan of. I thought they were kind of selfish shots, but then he also made some difficult shots, and he was one of the main reasons we're put in the position to win this game. Immanuel Quickley, 27 points in the first half, was freaking brilliant in this game, and he also finished with 9 assists, but the most brilliant thing was obviously got better defensively. He wasn't like the main best defender in this game, but congratulations to Quickley having his first 40-point game. Awesome, getting it from the free throw line in the fourth quarter in garbage time when this game was just completely over. But you just love seeing the overall maturity of his game, the progression when it comes to his footwork, getting to his spots out there on the floor. He didn't really have much of a mid-range his first year in the league, and seeing the progression as a 3-level scorer, 3-point shot from the outside, footwork to get to that mid-range, so fall away at times, the floater, going strong to the basket, his knack of drawing fouls as well, but also finding guys. He's been very unselfish as a basketball player, and the growth when it comes to his IQ, him getting stronger, another year under his belt. Immanuel Quickley, when we were in this hole, when the Rockets went on a 10-0 run to make this close, make it a 5-point game at halftime, like Quickley put the team on his back in the second quarter to make sure that they didn't come back. But obviously credit to other guys for helping us be in this game. But Mitchell Robinson really turned it around when it came to the second half. He had 3 blocks in that third quarter, I believe. He had that crazy block on Jabari Smith Jr. He just snatched it out of the air. He didn't have any crazy statistical game, but Mitchell Robinson definitely set the tone, and then Quinn Grimes got it going. Like, Mitchell originally set the tone defensively, but then other guys started to be attracted to that. Obi Toppin didn't have some crazy game in the first half. He did get some shots in garbage time, which were like fun shots, because the New York Knicks just absolutely took care of business in the second half. But Josh Hart came off the bench. He was distributing the basketball. A lot of guys made nice reads. He rebounded strong. He defended well. He knocked down a 3, so that's just going to help his efficiency when it comes to his 3-point shooting, with the New York Knicks shooting over 50% from 3 as a New York Knick. So that's awesome to see. I love his scrappiness. Miles McBride had this block and Alperen Şengün, which led to RJ Barrett throwing it at Obi Toppin for a dunk. There were some fun highlight plays, which I really love. Derrick Rose would have came in this game if he didn't have this illness. Hopefully comes back, and he's just able to bring that energy to the bench, or just be this great leader. He's a great leader. Like, his presence, him just accepting this role that he's not going to play. Obviously, no, Jalen Brunson continues to be out with the hand injury. Hopefully he's back when it comes to the Miami game. But the New York Knicks just poured it on. Grimes knocking down 3s, distributing the basketball. Like I said, we took Jalen Green out of the game. Jabari Smith Jr. had a solid game, but he didn't have like 20. Alperen Şengün made adjustments on him. They didn't have any crazy scoring production. Torrey Eason I believe he had 13 points, but then if you take a look at the other guys, like Deshaun Nix didn't really contribute, Karuba didn't contribute. We didn't maybe have some crazy scoring guy coming off the bench, but we had McBride's defense, Josh Hart's passing that really did impact the scoring. Obi did score later on in the game. And you may look at Josh Christopher, I believe he had 11 or 12 points, but literally 11 of those 12 points came in like 2 minutes of garbage time. The New York Knicks hustled better in the second half. They played more defense, and that's been the Rockets' Achilles heel, like the defense. They allowed 151 points against the Grizzlies, and they go on to allow 137 points against the Knicks. That's pretty embarrassing. But Randall stepped up, scoring the ball. RJ stepped up, scoring the ball quickly, freaking hard on his sleeve, played his ass off. Just everyone had their contribution. Trevor Keels came in this game later. You even take a look at Hartenstein. He made some very nice hustle plays out there. He had some nice dimes. He finished this game with 6 rebounds, 6 assists, 8 points. So just an awesome win for the New York Knicks. I know it's the Rockets, but you need this type of win. You need this type of statement just to win by a lot of points up against not a great club. So let me know down below your thoughts. Peace out, y'all.